back to the days, holding hands and laughing the nights away. Will things ever be the same? I was your man and I want it back that way. Chasing our dreams for what it would seem. A family, 2 kids in a house by the sea. Those were the days, how fast they would change. Now I'm standing here wishing back to that way. All we got is hard to find. Without you, girl, I'm paralyzed. I want you back here, you and I won't give up, I can't deny that you'll come back, I'm giving you time. Trying so hard to not say goodbye. She's gone and you've left your shadows behind. Girl, you are something else. Why can't we work this out? 'Cause you make me feel love is for real when I've got you by my side. And I can't forget the day that we met. I want you to realize what we've got is hard to find. Without you, girl, I'm paralyzed. I want you back here, you and I won't give up, I can't deny that you'll come back, I'm giving you time. Trying so hard to not say goodbye. She's gone and you've left your shadows behind. Take me back to the days, holding hands and laughing the nights away. Will things ever be the same? I was your man and I want it back that way. Chasing our dreams for what it would seem. A family, 2 kids in a house by the sea. Those were the days, how fast they would change. Now I'm standing here wishing back to that way. attention. We wake up in new states of suspension. Disbelief, this relief, this decision, this release. Oh please, just lay with me. Just lay here. Oh, you sail into the stars, over waves, over oceans. I hear you whispers in the dark, but the truth remains unspoken. Oh, you stare into the sun, always looking for an answer. I know it's only just begun. Regrets dissolve among the embers.
Yo, what's up? It's Gurf. We're back again, and welcome to episode 2 of Let's Talk Legends. We've got a whole whack of guys on the line right now about to join us on the desk. We're just got to turn down this music maybe a little bit more so we can hear them loud and clear. But we got an exciting night for you tonight. We got our top 5s coming in. But without any further ado, let's get all these members of our Legends community on the call right now. Gentlemen, how is everyone doing this fine evening?
Good.
Okay.
Chilling.
We chilling, yeah. So
Currently trying to fix this mic. Is this working better?
Yeah, you're good.
that sounds wonderful.
Okay.
Wonderful. You know what? That's perfect. You get the sound
It
check
is a lot
done.
better.
But
Good.
again, it's been a couple weeks since our last episode, our last talk, and there's been a lot going on. But guys, how's the general vibe out there in your leagues? How's it going out there?
It's fun. Crazy stuff has happened in the last few days for
That's for
the
sure.
LAS draft
Yeah. There's
specifically.
been some spiciness, some little bit of drama. I mean, you can't get through one split without a little bit. You gotta have like a little bit of drama there just to keep it going. But
And then the LRS pre-made, like who?
Upsets.
yeah,
Major
there
upsets.
was definitely a rough situation with what went down there. But honestly, I'm glad the issue was, I guess, as resolved as it could have been, if you want to say that. But much love to all those involved and going through tough shit. That's why we got the community here to help each other out. But let's not get too sappy here. We're here to talk about some League of Legends, a little bit of Valorant too in there too, and guys, there's been some crazy stuff happening these past 2 weeks. But I think the best part is the planning that we've done, because tonight is the top 5s, and I know some of you might have seen them already and seen the graphics already, but actually no, I think all of you haven't you?
I have
Yeah.
not.
No,
I have
so
not.
we can surprise. It's a surprise for 2 of you. Okay, so for Wolven and Rover Eye, it's going to be a surprise. But Dallas and Can and Giggle and myself, we have all seen it. So we know it's coming up, but we have been going through some stats, some leaderboards, crunching the numbers there, carrying the long division. I'm
Carrying the two.
yeah, my math good. But
No other numbers, only 2.
what's way better than my math is Fliptrick's ability to create graphics, and he has whipped up some fantastic little graphics for us tonight. So, what do you think, guys? Do we just jump into our first league, show off our top
Yeah.
5?
Jump into
Yeah,
the
let's
LAS
do it.
draft.
All right,
Yeah, if you want.
let's start it off. Our Monday Night League LAS draft, top 5. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Swipe up. Let's go. So, our top 5 is JS Chaotic, Mako, Giggle Queef, and Grotus, and X-Cells. And just taking a look at some of these numbers, of course, that KDA stands out to me for a bunch of these players. Like 9.1 on GS Chaotic, 13.3 on XLs. That is what? What is happening in that Dragon's bot lane? What?
It's because it's JS Chaotic with Cassell's. Like, they're really good synergy with each other, as they've proven. They're 7-1 right now.
Oh my god. 52 kills so far. And 107 assists. That, you know what? Something's working down there. That bot lane. It's a little cracked.
It warms my heart to see the top 3 players being ADCs.
Well, it's no order. No order.
No order. Yes.
Uh-oh.
So just a reminder to everybody at
okay.
home. There's no actual like ranking order
But
from 1 to 5. It's just a top 5.
Seeing 3 ADCs up there, it warms my heart, because literally ADCs, in my opinion, one of the hardest roles to play at the moment, since there's not really that many comfortable ADCs in the lineup.
I think what's super impressive is that even through 2 losses, Mako's DPM is still above 900, which is the
That is
highest in the
true.
league.
It's ridiculous.
It is
And he
insane.
still has a pretty good KDA.
Yeah, he's smurfing right now, that's for sure.
Damn, that makes me a little scared if I have to see him over in LAS pre-made at some point. And that's the ADC I have to go up against. Oh boy, I gotta call flip trick right now, buddy.
Well, he's in the LAS pre-mate, he's a support.
Oh yes, that's true. That's true. He's a support over there, but still.
Hey man, don't let him have Bike though.
We actually, funny you mentioned that. We saw a Pike tonight.
Yeah, he's gotten 3 pentas already.
And that would explain why the KDA is so high. At least we got some insight into where these numbers are coming from, though, right?
Yo, where are all the mid laners in this
No, no,
list,
no.
man? Are there no mids? Are there no good mids? What about my boy Charm?
Well, to be
True.
honest, a lot of the mid laners, in my opinion, they just throw themselves out there just to die in the
Bro,
LAS draft.
They're
So,
not
like,
KDA players, is what I'm hearing.
which is actually surprising, because usually when you think of mid laners, usually a lot of mid laners are KDA players. But it's good to see that they aren't. So they're giving an opportunity for the other players, like their ADCs, to shine more, and which you really need as a team game.
Screw the ADCs, bro. Mid.
I sense a bit of bias from Tin, only a little bit.
No bias. I'm not a mid laner at all. Mid sucks.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens with the next patch, right? Because I know Samir is getting gutted. And
Oh, thank God.
I know. In my heart, I'm like, oh, thank.
See, but who
Dang.
cares about Samir when they're buffing Senna? Indirectly, they are buffing Rageblade, but not touching Senna, so Senna will be more broken.
That is true.
No, wait.
Wow.
So they're just
They're
taking
also,
one and filling it in with another. Okay.
They're also buffing Caitlyn. on top of that.
She's okay. So the lane of pokes are going to be coming back, is what I'm hearing here.
They're
Which
buffing Caitlyn and Varus.
I mean, what is the playstyle of JS Chaotic and XL's, anyways?
JS Chaotic, from what I see, he likes to play like heavy, like late game champions.
I'm just thinking here. Maybe we hear from ADC ourselves. Giggle. What is going on in the bot lane right now?
Really, a lot of the last couple weeks, everyone's noticing the MF Seraphine combo. I'm seeing that a lot out of all the bot lanes.
I felt that in my bones this week against Schlam. That one, it's not
Yeah,
fun to deal with.
There's a lot of just engaged supports that are really popular right now, it seems like, as well. Not as many enchanters.
Well,
Sometimes you're seeing enchanters, like, not exactly an enchanter, but you're seeing Karma top lane.
Wonder who did that. I wonder who would dare play that monstrosity of a champion in the top lane.
I don't know.
Oh,
Whoever
good
that
lord.
person is should just get banned from the server.
I'm not trying to be biased, but if you see, Ingrotus has 74.5% KP participation.
You know what?
That's actually quite insane.
That's a team player right there, and I respect the hell out of him for it.
Yep.
Yeah, especially as the jungler too. You know, you have your hand in like 3/4 of your team's kills. Like that's clear. That clearly shows like he's making his presence known, and he's working really well to get his team set up for this. Because the KDA doesn't really reflect it, but the kill participation reflects how much he is actually actively involved in getting his team ahead here for the Panthers.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I actually was doing them the other day, and we actually got him gold and the way like I was playing either top or bot, and then I was just following him around pretty much the entire time.
Ah, so you're getting boosted.
No, I'm still silver 3.
Get him, Riot! Get him! Yeah, we even got one summoner name up on the board. No, but I mean, all these picks here. I mean, there's a lot of great players here, but there's definitely been a few that have been standing out. And I mean, we're about halfway in through the split now, boys, and this is where I mean these numbers start to kind of level out compared to what we were looking back in week 2 there when we were doing our power rankings, where we were kind of prefacing everything with a disclaimer like, listen, it's week 2. There's so much that can change. I think that was like 55% of our conversation was talking about why everything's going to change. But I think
I do want to give some honorable mentions to some people who really have been standing out. From the Wizards, Devil's Alter Ego. He's been doing very good. Started on the Nocturnals, got traded over. He's been meshing very well with the Wizards, and he's been performing very well. I think Hero 39 from the Eagles is a very standout top laner.
Oh yes.
And I think Pig Boss Move from the Wolves is also very standout. I think those 3 are very good players as well. And if some of these players' stats and like were performing a little bit worse, they definitely could have taken one of those spots on the top 5.
I'd like to throw Banana Bread in there too.
Yeah, no, but Banana Bread, ever since he went to the Gators, he's actually been performing really well.
He's been making my life pretty easy, honestly. So I really appreciate that from him.
I have to actually give a shout out to, I don't know about you guys, but Sugar Daddy Draven. Like, at first, we all thought he was going to be, like, probably one of the worst top laners, but as used in a couple of games, he has shut down some of the top laners, which is surprising.
That's, no, it's nice to see, you know, a lot of these trades are working out in favor of these players, and, you know, that's where we can kind of see now these growth in these players, how they're improving, and when they find that when it clicks, when it just clicks together and it works. And that's why we see actually Sugar Daddy Draven there in chat giving you a tie there. And oh yeah, you're there too, of course. Why, you're probably in there as well too. But no, a lot of great players, but we only got room for 5 in this list, but some very, very special honorable mentions as well too. But guys, yeah, it's been a spicy time in the LAS draft. I'm having a lot of fun watching it. A lot of fun seeing you guys duke it out, because a lot of you guys, honestly, it's awesome seeing the banter and knowing it's all coming from a place of friendship. But like, it can get so nasty.
I just think it's funny. Half of the banter is literally from the LAS draft. Like, you don't really see it from anyone else. You don't see it from the pre-made. You really don't see it from the LRS draft. No, it's all from the LAS draft.
Let's make a quick correction. Half the banter is from the Gators.
that is true.
Okay,
too.
I'd like to comment on this actually. I tried my best at the beginning of the year to say, hey guys, you know, it's gonna come back to bite us, but I just have to deal with it at this point. I know I can't stop it. So that's our identity. That's our team.
You know what?
And to be honest, not strictly you. It's mostly like Turnips, as you know, see most in the banter. I think it's just funny because like Turnips is one of the top junglers and he knows it too. So for him to, you know, kind of call out players that he has beaten or has come close to beating, it's, you know, it's fun to watch.
Nah, he calls everyone out, even if he loses to them.
That's good.
Except for his coach, which is Doki.
Yes. He'll never call out Doki.
I mean, Doki is a god among men, so can't call that out. But we got more. We got lists upon lists upon lists upon lists, and I want to hear you guys' opinion on the next one, because we'll if you guys are ready, we'll shift on over to the LRS draft for the top 5 list there. But this was tough. This was tough for me because, again, a lot of great players could have made this list. And
there's 2 players I hope makes it. 2 players.
All I can see is pain.
It's me and Tin.
All I can see is pain.
I hope Rorovai from the Vipers, and I hope Sheep from the Vipers make it on there.
All right, screw you, Canada.
Oh, okay.
I said all I can see is pain.
So I've got him ready to go. And that's funny because you did you mentioned one that's on there, and you mentioned one that's an honorable mention. That's gonna come up for me because I was sitting there at 2 a.m. like, shit. How am I gonna choose? How am I gonna choose? There was two
you
people
throw some darts at a wall.
I
Dude,
whichever
you
one
should-
the lens on.
I do have a dartboard downstairs. You know what?
you should have done a blind like where you put like a map of the world and you throw a dart at it.
I
Wherever
like
it hits,
that.
you like fly to. You just put some names. Whatever it hits goes on top 5.
I'm gonna do that next episode for our top 3 players, like per position, and just like print out a list of all the tops, all the jungles, all the ADC, whatever. That's how we're choosing next week.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Do I get to be both top and mid?
Possibly.
And jungle, right?
Oh
'Cause
god,
I'm
let's
well.
not talk about that one game. That game doesn't exist in my mind. You just
Alright.
unlocked an old memory.
Y'all ready for this? Ready for it? I'm teasing it. I know. Chat's like, give me
Okay.
the next demographic. Give it to me. Here you go. Here it is. Top 5 for the LAS draft is TES Jackie Love 10, Rover Eye, Attackson 2, Rouge Ronin, and G Dasic.
Pain.
Okay.
Sad face that sheep didn't make it.
Okay. And that's what I want to once we get through our chats. Actually, you know what? I'll start with the honorable mentions. How about that? The 2 that I would have loved to put on was 1, Awesome Sheep, because ever since he's been on the Vipers, he has been playing great over there. His kill participation is through the freaking roof, and that's exactly
He has a
why.
top vision score. It's actually quite
Yes.
insane to see his vision score.
He's looking at it right now. Actually, no, it wasn't kill participation. It was it was the vision score per minute. Yeah, his vision score's through the roof.
And he plays like heavy engaged champion, so it's kind of funny seeing a heavy engaged champion with huge vision score like that, because usually you don't expect like big numbers when it comes to vision scores is with enchanters, because they're mostly roaming, they're mostly trying to get vision for the team and support the team. But no, Sheep's getting high vision score was like set.
And
And row.
my
His
other honor,
routes are a little insane, not gonna lie.
but
Let's just start running around the map and killing everyone.
But speaking about the roaming, that around the map and being an absolute nuisance, that's why my honorable mention, my other one, was Ravensman for this, because he's been playing pretty good on jungle. I mean, usually we're used to seeing him in the ADC role, but he's still been pretty decent in terms of going to that secondary role of his. But I don't know, these names on the list here just stood out to me after the past 4 weeks that we've gotten to see them. And
I think Benji from the Vipers also deserves a mention.
Yeah, BNG is
Yeah, I do also agree.
The game, I think it was between
Lions, right?
No, it was Tigers and
Tigers,
Vipers. His
Mhm.
Victor was very good, and
Yep.
they were pretty far behind, and through a lot of interesting team fight calls from the Tigers. But Benji played the fights very, very well overall, and brought them back.
Yep, from what I saw, he hard diffed the Syndra on the other team
I
in
did
the
not
mid to late game.
to that game. That was There were
Well,
a
the
lot of
first
fights
issue
where
is
I
they
got, like,
gave Benji Victor.
Well, no, their
yeah, no,
comp
he
was
knows
no,
that
Tigers.
champion really well.
Tigers had a way better comp. Like it was.
No, they did.
they got
No,
they
I
got
watched
hard
the
out.
game.
Vipers got hard out drafted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he played very, very well.
that's why
There's a clip in there too.
it's tough. It's tough. If there was a top 10 list, Ravensman, Sheep, Benji, those names would have definitely been on there. Like they've been playing really well, but these top 5 are standing up to me for a few reasons. First of all, I mean, it's not too hard to pick up the first one. Jackie Love is kind of a nutcase. It's
He's a monster. I love watching the Lions play, especially the bot lane. Like just watching Jackie Love just like roll through like almost every bot lane is insane. I think they only lost to one bot lane, and that was the Vipers, I think.
let me check my notes. But it while I'm doing that, it's just, you have someone like Vordaddy in the jungle who's just like super consistent for roaming around, and then JB Sashimi, which tends to play safer enchanter supports, but that's just like steroids for everything that Jackie loves to play. Especially like stuff like the Samira that he busts out as well too. It's just a little nasty in terms of what he's able to pull off with that, but it tends to be very aggressive play styles coming out of him, and then he just gets enabled. But when you're given those tools, you're expected to make them work and do something with them, and he's doing exactly that. So that's why he's on there. You can see 8.1 CS a minute. Like he's cleaning up pretty good. But the next one that came to mind for me was the big top laner himself. Been on stream 2 times as player of the game already. Is in chat with us right now. Rover Eye. Buddy.
This means I have to be quiet because I'm biased, right?
Yes. But honestly, like up in that top lane, when I've been seeing these back and forth fights, with the exception of week 1, again, week 1 where we said everything can change. That's where we see Viper start to come around. Rover Eye on his Camille, just absolutely popping off there in week 2 against the strongest team, the Lions. That was the game that you're talking about, that the Lions took a loss, was due to Rover Eye's Camille. And the Kled as well too from last week. Like the guy didn't even die. So
yeah, he's an amazing top laner from the games I see. Like especially the game when they were fighting the Tigers. Like I think he was one of the reasons why they aced the Tigers, and then they ended the game by TPing top.
Yeah, I mean, Rowan, when Rowan plays Camille, he's a level 100 Rayquaza. You know, like when
well, he was playing Sion.
Like when you're playing a Pokemon game and you're on like your second gym badge, and you can only control Pokemon up to a certain level. That's Rowan when he's on Camille, and sometimes it just works and it listens to him every single time on every attack, but like other games it's just like, sorry, I don't want to do that move, and then he just loses. What a good example.
he's just here to roast me.
That is
when Rowan plays Camille, just level 100 Rayquaza.
That is
yeah,
okay.
See, I'm only in this league to stop being a coin flip player, learn and actually get better at the game. So it looks really good when it works, but
Rowan, I have a challenge for you.
What's that?
Next time we're on stream, I'll let you play Camille if you let me play Aurelia.
Oh man, Jesus. Just as long as I don't have to watch your Camille again.
It's a tough
My jungler inted me that game, but yes.
Oh yeah, true. So did your internet though, right?
Oh,
okay, to be fair, I was lagging later in the game. In laning phase I was fine. I still got first blood on you.
I was playing Mordekaiser. It doesn't exactly require much skill.
Oh, good. Man. We have our battles. I respect it.
All right, so we got to keep our eye out for the Camille Irelia lineup in the future. That's definitely one we will keep on the books here. But the next pick, this one stood out to me because of a certain situation, because the Unicorns are having a bit of a rough go in this first half of the split. Ataxin is still stepping up and coming through and getting a solid amount of kills and still, trying his best to save a lot of these fights, and still shows up huge in a lot of these, like 75 kill participation.
Well, he has a 4.7 KDA with a 75 kill participation with only a 38% win rate. So that shows you right there, like, their star player is Ataxin on the Unicorns.
And that's exactly why he's up there. I mean, he's putting in a lot of work, and mainly we tend to see the Seraphine come through, which is a really strong pick right now, but that's just working so much into Ataxin's playstyle. I mean, it just comes down to if the Unicorns are able to pull together some wins here as we move into the second half of the split.
I think what's really surprising about Ataxin is he's one of the lower ranked players. Like he was P4 last season. He's not one of the Diamond 3 players that like the Lions and the Tigers have. Like they have Diamond players, but like I mean, Ataxin is a lot lower ranked, but he's performing very, very well.
He plays really well for competitive. Like he is really good at positioning, and he plays champs like Orianna and Vel'Koz, which are like teamfight champions, a lot better than for solo queue.
Maybe you know what, that the Unicorns reassess this and take a look, and maybe we play games around the mid lane. Maybe we play to get attacks in the head, and to make sure that our mid lane is kind of the flying V. It's just let attacks lead the charge.
The only thing, if he does play Seraphine mid, Instead of going Moonstone, he probably should go like more of like a more damage build, so his team can play around him.
What do you mean? Moonstone's broken. You can play around Moonstone so easily.
Well, true. I do agree with that, but it seems like
You're just a non-believer.
I feel like Moonstone's good on Seraphine, it is, but I feel like Moonstone's better on champions like Karma, Sona.
Moonstone is very good on
I feel
Seraphine.
right now Moonstone is definitely a must buy on Seraphine, unless you have someone else on your team who already has Moonstone. That
I was gonna say,
combined with her I believe it's her W,
Yeah.
her shield,
Hey,
ridiculous.
but even then, double Moonstone is still broken. So
It really
And that
is.
too, you can always choose to go double Moonstone.
you could
and
just
like
go
never
double
die.
Moonstone and you'll be fine.
I watched I think it was the Wolves.
Hey, stop
Game?
leaking.
Stop.
No. Anyways, carry on. Continue on.
Anyways.
Roge Ronin. Yeah. So the jungle, really good DPM. He's actually
Okay.
kind of cracked.
Yo, no, this guy is actually so nuts. I love watching these guys play.
I would say he's probably the best jungler in the LRS draft right now.
He's really interesting though to watch play, even sitting up, peering over from the top lane. Because the first game we played against him, he had that Shyvana that was just huge, destroyed us. And then the second game, I was watching for the first 5 or 10 minutes just where both our junglers were pathing, and he was reading our jungler like a book. It was really interesting to watch and really good on his part. Just being able to control the map like that and exert his influence.
Like, let's see, the last game they played was the Spartans, and he went Echo, and he still went 10-4-4.
Holy crap.
Like,
Okay. Oh.
that's just insane. Like, even though the Tigers did lose that game, his KDA is still extremely high, and his kill potential is extremely high for him.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scary thing when Ronin does get his hands on the Hecarim though. Actually, it was this player. He stood out to me in the exhibition games there before the split started. I'm like, yo, this guy's Hecarim is like super cracked. So when he's able to get onto like big engaged champions like that and big damage dealers, I mean that's why we're seeing, like look at his DPM 933. The guy sets up his team for success, but on top of that, he's not walking away without a couple kills for himself. So definitely looking good on that. But to pair up to that, that's where the next one comes up. The support from the Tigers as well. G. Dasic.
123 assists.
This
What?
man is
Like,
lighting up the bot lane.
what?
Holy crap! Like what is that? What is? Look at those numbers.
That is insane. Like, I don't know. Like, I understand. Like, because the LRS draft is on what, week 5 right now? Week 4?
Week 4? No, week 4 just finished. Week 4 just finished for the LRS.
So that means they have played, I think, 8 games so
That
far.
is 8 games,
Something
and he's
like
got quick maths. Who's got it?
8 games, 120.
123 divided by 8.
10 and 3, so about 13 and a bit each game.
15.3.
15.3.
So 15.3 assists per game. That's actually insane.
Wow.
For him to get that many assists per game, it's quite insane.
Yeah, no, he's just
And consistently, too.
Yeah, and consistently. It's not like, oh, he gets like 20, gets like 15 once in a while. No, it's like every single game he's beginning like super high assists.
that just reminds me of what Giggle said about his support. When you have someone there to just make your life easier and enable you, this is what happens. This is
Like there was a game he went Rakan 3-0 and 34
wow. Yeah,
on Rakan.
Yep.
Like,
Doesn't like to die
what?
either. That's also a thing. Yeah, he's
and the enemy team had a Poppy, Sejuani, and a Galio, and the man never died on Rakan. Like, that's just insane.
he's got a pretty versatile champion pool too. I mean, we've seen him on all the Rakan. We've seen him on Maokai, I want to say. We've seen him on Lulu. Yes, he's got a bit of a champion ocean, but he's just there. I mean, whatever his team needs, and that's what makes a great support, is just enabling your team. So, I mean, from one support to another, it's just that's what you're kind of looking out for. With someone is that's helping their team that much. So that's why G Dasic is there. But again, a lot of players we could have done, but for now, we might see a couple of those honorable mentions pop up next week when we start to do like ranking by position. Yeah, it's tough to choose. There's a lot of great players.
On the ADC list.
Well, let's bring her on back, boys. That's honestly, it's kind of cool to see where these teams are coming from, and
I'm kind of hyped to see the LAS pre-med since I cast for those games. Like, I'm kind of curious to see what the top 5 is for that.
that's true. And this is the one where
you don't know.
I gotta be quiet. Unfortunately, I mean I had to set up the stream, so I've kind of seen them, but I will bring up my point after you've gone through. After you've done your things. Let's see it here. LAS pre-made. Gotta just type in the little code there. Okay.
There are a lot of teams for that, aren't there?
Yeah, there is. I think there's more teams with LAS pre-made than in the LAS
12
draft.
teams. 12 teams.
It's the same amount
12
as
teams?
LAS
Okay.
draft, actually. Actually, no, that works
Oh,
out.
it is?
Both LAS leagues
Yep,
have 12 teams.
Yep, both leagues have 12.
So we're actually getting a what's the name of the thing? Where the top LAS team
All stars.
that. Are we actually getting one of those this time?
I mean, the rank caps are the same, so they could.
No, they could, yeah. But I hope Peakley makes it on the list. I have to say, I've been watching that man play on Return to the Middle Six and seen him in some games in the draft, and he is a insane top laner.
Dallas had a run-in with him the other day.
Oh, we don't talk about that. Anyways, Garth,
Let's show.
let's bring up the graphic.
Let's do it. Top 5 from LAS pre-made coming at you right now. All right. So we got Feathers and Fur from RAR, Peakley from Return of the Middle Six, Killua from Blue Milk, Dallas from PvE, and ya boy.
Gurf himself.
Oh my god, I can't believe you guys put me on this.
Well, you have 100% win rate with 130 assists with a 4.8 KDA.
Hey
You
man,
deserve to be on
you
that.
have the second highest assists in the league.
I have 130 assists.
No, yeah, you have the second highest assist per game, only behind me. And I play top.
Holy crap, when did that happen? Anyways, go on.
Yeah.
Go on. So, Feathers and Fur. You guys got to tell me about this player because they're actually on the opposite side of the bracket from me.
So, watching the game against Roy versus Rise of Tide Reapers, I think they're called. Rise Tide Reapers or something like that. He's insane. Like, both games, he stomped on top lane. He played Alawi the first game, and I think he played Orin the second game. And just both games, he shows that it doesn't matter what top laner you put him on, he's just an extremely good top laner.
And that's it's actually funny to me because I'm keeping an eye on Pool B because just scouting ahead for what may come. And the 3 teams that do stand out to me over there are RAR, Return of the Middle Six, and PvE. So to see those 3 pop up on this list is kind of reaffirming. It's like, okay, that's where I need to be.
Well, it's the top 3 teams. Actually, it's kind of cool seeing the top 3 teams actually make it on the list because both RAR has shown that they can play around Doki's playstyle because everyone knows Doki's playstyle is different. It's not the same as normal junglers. And then you have Return the Middle Six, who has a really good team comp, who knows how to play around each other. They have a good top laner like Peakley. And then you have PvE, who has not only Dallas as a sub, but they also have, I think, Jake from Winter Blues as the jungler.
Yep, and then we have the Fly and Mako in the bot lane.
Yeah, and then they also have the Fly and Mako. And we all know how good the Fly is, and we all know how a monster Mako can be.
And I mean, yeah, there's a couple of scary players across the board here.
And then you have Killa from Blue Milk, and then you have you.
So hold on, let's reel it back a bit. Tell us a bit about Peakley and his play style and what he tends to bring out in the top lane. Because again, this is another player that I haven't faced faced yet, but the more info you give to me on him, I mean, that's
He's
His Vlad's insane. We'll
he
just
is
say that.
he is a Vlad main, and I'm going to say this now. Everyone in the league, please ban his Vladimir.
Yeah,
Do not let him play the champion again. You will lose the game if he plays it.
his Vlad's really good. He knows how to team fight really well, and I don't understand why. I have seen so many games. Everyone's been picking Alawi against his Orin, and he has solo killed multiple people as Orin against Alawi. Even though Alawi should win the matchup, he just knows how to play Orin so well that he's like, doesn't matter if you pick counters against him or not, he's still gonna solo kill you.
Okay, duly noted. Vlad is going down on the do not give to Picle list. And that'll be interesting to see if we do end up meeting Return of the Middle Six there in playoffs at some point. I mean, that's definitely someone I will.
Oh, and also so he had 2 deaths per game. Like he averages, I think is that the average two deaths a game.
2 deaths a game.
That's average 2 deaths a game
This man doesn't die.
with a 6.1 KDA.
This man doesn't die.
Like that's just insane.
He's unkillable is what he is, but I mean that's what you want to be walking away with is as few
Not
deaths
as
as
unkillable
possible.
as Kiola though. Kiola with the 9.9 KDA with a 1.2 death per game
That's
and a
my
100% win rate.
Yeah, he has the highest KDA in the league.
I love Killua. I love playing with Killua. He's a total homie. He's got a great positive mental and he can carry us through
The
his shot
Diana
caller.
game
Oh my god. He's so gross.
was
I love
insane.
him.
His Yone game, he couldn't really do much on Yone. But
So
the
I-
fact you had Mordecai, the fact that Blue Milk had Mordekaiser, like, and their jungle carried, but he was still making really impactful like ults as Yone,
Mhm. And
that's just insane.
yeah, that was the thing too. That's actually a fun fact into it. Yone's not a very familiar champion for Killua. He hasn't really practiced him up too much, but that's what the great part about that engage was that he was bringing in and able to lock down so many people. I mean, he was completely upfront with that too, which is totally fine because we know his when we see him on those bursty anythings.
One of the things
it's
I love
great.
seeing about Kiola is like he loves playing Seraphine. It seems like, but if he has to go against a Seraphine, he
He's
will
got
stomp it.
answers. He's got so many answers.
He
I
will
love
stomp it. No, he's like, okay, you're gonna pick Seraphine against me. I'm gonna pick this pick, and you can't do anything. And it's just like, what?
What do I do?
It's like it's like I didn't know that champion would work, but okay.
I just gotta say, no, he's a great shot caller, and he can hold his own against pretty much everyone I've seen him go against. So it's just awesome having such
Even
a
in
strong
the
mid laner.
draft, he's doing really well.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think that just comes down to, and we'll talk about this a bit too when we get to that last name there. About what's kind of going on with the synergy between mid jungle top on Blue Milk. It's kind of crazy, but let's move on to our next name there on the list.
Dallas.
Who's this Dallas guy?
I wonder.
Sounds like a KDA player.
Probably some loser who plays Enchantress top lane.
Probably
Well,
some,
not just Enchantress top lane, Dallas. I have seen you like pull out some crazy stuff top lane, and that's the thing.
Pre-made.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm talking about in draft though. Like you pull out some crazy stuff top lane in draft, and then I saw you also pull out the Karma top lane in pre-made, and people just don't know how to go up against it because you just abuse it so well, and it's so amazing to watch. Like you pick Karma against Malphite, and literally Malphite should win that, but you literally punish him so hard in the early game where Malphite just became useless.
I'm a little sad he's got more assists per game than me, but we'll get those numbers back up there.
Wait, Dallas, when did you become a top laner for PvE?
A bit ago. I was their sub, and then they needed a top lane.
Because their normal top laner is Gayfighter Temple, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Tyler? Yeah, I
last time
think
I
it's
checked.
Tyler. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Who wants to
And
take
then-
it? Who wants to take this last one?
I have to say, your Galio, Gurf, is so fun to watch.
Is it when I dive into a bullet time? Is it?
Even though you die in a bullet time, that's pretty much your job. It's just you're just being a meat shield, and you land really good taunts for your team to just collapse and kill. Because if you didn't land the good taunts you did when you were Galio with Kayla playing Diana, you guys probably would not have won that game so well.
I will say this: there was definitely a little bit of nerves on that first game there because this was my debut as a player. This is weird. I've done the streams for like 2 years now, and I get nervous being a player on the stream. But I did some wonky stuff, I guess. But I don't know. Being a meatball, I'm fine with being a meatball for my team as long as I get ahead.
The way you hold yourself against JS Chaotic, as you know, he was literally one of the top players for the draft on the top 5. It's awesome to see because JS Chaotic is an amazing ADC.
He's been around for a while too.
He's so hard to lane against, and you laid against him perfectly both those games.
Just gotta take her easy. But if I were the one making this list, I don't think I would have put my name there. I think we'll put this for now since it's not on the list as an honorable mention. But I would have put my jungler on there actually instead of my own name.
Who'd you jungler again?
Trollwrecker 24.
Yeah, Trollwrecker. He did really. Both those games he did well, but I have to commend him on his all off game. Like he just ran down the Slime Esports on that Olaf.
That's the thing. It's more. I mean, yeah, that Olaf game was disgusting. He has done that a couple times at this point too, which is why you see his kills and his KDA so freaking high there. If you go to the pre-made stats, but I think the big part is like the objectives or damage to objectives or dragons taken because I have seen him miss one smite fight out of the 10 games we have played. Other than that, we have secured Soul, we have stolen and fought back for Soul, secured clutch Barons because of his smiting, because of his positioning. So I mean, like, for that reason, that would be my honorable mention coming in for the LS pre-made.
I have to say my honorable mention for the LS pre-made has to be either Mako or Jake from PvE.
Oh, yep, Bliss, aka Jake.
And then the other one is Hero 39. He's
Hero 39.
Top DPM in the league, really good KDA. I think his CS per minute in the league is second, I want to say. I could be wrong.
He's not on the CS list.
Or there's a stat that Feathers is for second in that Hero is beating him in. I think it might be DPM.
Kills per game, he's first.
Yeah, there's a lot of stats that he's up top on, and he was on the original list. But after discussion, we talked about it, and he ended up falling right out. So he is a 6th place.
Yeah. So like a Ravensman situation with me on the LRS draft, where it's like so close, where it's like, you know, a lot of great players coming through. And this is. I don't know. You know what? I'll keep my mouth shut because anything that comes out of me from about Blue Milk is going to be super biased. All I can say from my end is that super positive, mental from everybody. Super fun to play with.
You guys have great communication. The only thing I have to say that what other teams have that Blue Milk doesn't have is that other teams can end games early. Blue Milk, I would say Blue Milk takes a little bit too long to end games. But other than that, you guys played really well.
Yeah, there was definitely windows we could have ended there in our series against Slam. I think we were just taking it a little safer because it was Slam that we were going into, and 2, I don't want to say this was the reason we weren't like closing out and like being super decisive like we usually are, but we didn't play our 5-man pre-game ARAM before the series started. So
I mean, I disagree with that. I'm looking at all of the team's averaged game length as of week 4.
How long is ours actually?
Yours is 31, but OGP is 30. Merciless Esports is 33. ROTM is 30 seconds faster. GVSU is 32. PV is 32. Cambills is 35. RAR 29. Like, a lot of these teams are all ending games in half an hour, like whether win or lose. It's like half an hour.
Mhm.
So I definitely disagree with
Well, I
Blue
would
not
just.
being able to finish games
I
out.
was just talking from
That
the
series
stream.
specifically, I think
Specifically
Wolfen's
from
right
stream.
about that stream one. Yeah.
Well, because if you watch the stream
But-
games, like mostly the stream games were in quickly, but do have to say a lot of the stream games were just big stomps. Besides the Slum Esports versus PvE, that was actually the one actually like close series, I guess you can say.
And, yeah, that's the thing, is that you guys have 100% win rate, which means that either all your games are such stomps that, yeah, you could end them earlier, or that playing them that little bit longer than most people would otherwise is what's preventing you from throwing those leads. But that's something you can't tell without actually looking at the games.
That is true.
But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
I agree. I do agree with that.
Any other honorable mentions there, guys?
No, I think that's most honorable mentions.
Okay.
I'm curious about the LRS pre-made.
LRS
actually.
pre-made.
I know like 3 of the players, and that's it.
Yeah, this is a big league. So this one was definitely
20
They've got,
team league
they've got
to
12 as
begin
team.
with.
No, 12 as
20,
well.
20 to begin with, but 2 have dropped in each group, or one has dropped from each group, so it's down to 18.
So there should be 2 honor mentions if they're not on the list from, in my opinion, the underdogs of the LRS, and I feel like that's Trash Plays from the Sheep Herd, and then Sheep himself from the Sheep Herd.
let's see what is on the LRS pre-made here. And this is again, this is tough because I think this is kind of mixed from a few opinions here, but there we you know what we should have done. It's fair to do top 5 for LRS pre-made. Probably could have done top 10 because there are 20 teams in this league, so it's like it's really hard to choose. It's
There's
really
20
hard to
teams?
choose.
Holy crap! I didn't realize there was
That's
20.
it. You know what? There might be a little bit less now at this point. To be completely honest with you, there might be like 18. But there's a
Yeah,
lot.
there's 18.
That's
18.
still a lot of teams.
9 in
Like,
each group because one has been comp ruled out and one dropped out due to complications.
Yes.
Hmm.
So we got a lot of players here, guys. That's 90 players, not including subs. So to narrow it down to just 5 makes it really tough. But let's just show them right here. Up on the board, we got from IDNM, Doom B Award. From God Made Lunar Effect. From Moon Crew Gaming, I make Hondas. Again from
I
IDM.
asked some of the other players, and he does not, in fact, make Hondas, which is really sad.
Kind of disappointing. I was gonna say that's slightly disappointing, but Sigi, I want to say, and Gesture of Time as well in there too. Just take a look at the KDAs for a second,
yeah, Lunar Effect with a 9.6.
and the lowest one from Gesture of Time being 6.9. Can we get a obligatory nice from everybody?
Nice.
And
And then
they're all around
lunar
that one.
and then lunar effect with a backward 6.9, also nice.
Nice.
I will say the spot with Siggy, it was very close between him and Esmond.
Yeah.
I think what ruled Siggy over Esmond was there are 2. What are the stats?
Was it the CS that we were, because actually Dallas.
So CS per minute, they're very close. They are at 2nd and 3rd together. Siggy is 3rd on DPM, while Esmond's not even on DPM. On lowest death per game, Siggy's at 9th, and Esmond's not on it. And for KDA, Siggy's 4th overall, and Esmond's not even on it. So
I'm
that
happy you didn't put Esmond on it. I don't want him to have the ego.
okay. Well, yeah, no, that was what put him over over Esmond.
Yeah, because you know what,
Smart
as
choice,
we
smart
can
choice.
definitely have him on there as a honorable mention.
Esmond's overrated.
But you know,
Coming
when
from
you
his
have,
teammate, respectable.
when you
I would have to say for the other mention is a Sheep. He has an 83.7% kill participation.
83, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like that stat is a little bit skewed because the first like 3 weeks they got rolled.
But
So
that is true. They did get
like
rolled
the
because they
first
had
3 or 4
roster
weeks
issues.
they were getting rolled, and all the kills probably were revolving around him. And if I had to guess, they probably didn't get more than like 15 kills a game.
Probably not. I don't know
So
exactly.
I think that stat is kind of skewed.
But I'm just saying for them getting rolled, with this him being that much of in the kills itself, it's kind of insane. This is my opinion.
Yeah, and this is why I was looking at other teams like God, you gotta remind me. He's I think it's Team Bad Papas as well too. Like you have players like Hung Chad as well too with like 10.4 kills a game. It's kind of nuts, but like I think that's what you make a good point of with the example of Esmond too. I mean, like when you see these players popping up across multiple of these stat boards here, I mean, yes, Hung Chad is down there in 6th in kill participation as well too, but like,
Yeah,
it just makes it tough to choose from all these players. Oh my god.
9.9 kills a game, and he averaged 2.9 deaths.
Half of them are stolen from me. No, I'm kidding. Esmond's a really good player. Yeah, like I definitely think he's like one of the best ADCs in the league. Just dies a little too much because when Keon roams, he kind of forgets he's 1v2. That's why he's not in highest KDA or lowest deaths.
I'm looking at these win rates too, and I think just a heads up on this one too, because this is where we kind of crossed over from. It was week 5 stats from the LS pre-made, because I think those were done ? But I know for sure that these are going to be coming from week 4, just because LRS was played last night, so the stats are currently being updated. But we do have to bring the attention to the fact that Godmade did actually lose against Sheepherd the other night.
Yes, and
so that's pretty massive
so
actually to bring.
First
that
game
in.
was the first game they played was Sheepherd trolled, and they threw their giant lead they had against Godmade. So Godmade just rolled over them, and then the second 2 games were just Sheepherd just rolling over Godmade.
I mean,
It was actually quite insane.
I will just say you're definitely biased when it comes to this because also God made.
But you should look at the
yeah,
game.
I know, but God made kind of trolled in game 2, and then they R1 to Draven game 3.
Well, yeah,
So-
no, I do agree. They did troll in their drafts, but the fact that literally the worst team in the LRS pre-made, that's been proven facts. Sheepherd has almost lost every single one of their games, besides like 2 in their series. Is quite amazing that they took down the top team. This is my opinion. Like I said, but I do agree. I do agree. Their draft is a little wonky for both things. But one of the mistakes I do have to say Godman made was giving Sheep Samira. I don't know if you guys ever seen Sheep play Samira, but he's like a wizard on that champion.
Yo, Wizard Sheep.
And it's actually interesting because I said I know like 3 of these players, and pretty much those 3 are off of Godmade. I know Lunar Effect, Jester, and then his ADC, Same Page. I know that Jester and Same Page are good friends even before this, and they know how to play together very well.
Jester and Same Page has, in my opinion, the best bot synergy in the LOS pre-made.
I agree. They're both really good players, and just watching them play, you can tell they're paying attention to the game fully. And then Andy's just a little nuts.
Andy Diff.
Andy Diff. Every time.
Andy Diff.
Andy
Everybody
Diff.
spam Andy Diff in the chat.
But I have to say, like, one of Anna mentioned also for Godmade would be Psychonautic. I just love watching him and his picks.
Oh,
They're so off of the wazoo. It's kind of fun to watching. Like, I feel like if he wanted to, he could pick Cassin and top and still win.
Yeah, he does bust out that Cassin from time to time, doesn't he?
I will say something real quick. I think Jester and Same Page are a really good bot lane. I think they're a top 3 bot lane. I wouldn't put them first, just because in the only games that they lost, like I think they went 2-1 in a series, and then they lost 1-2 to Sheepherd. In those games they lost, it was because their bot lane lost, because they got camped and they weren't respecting the enemy jungle pressure. So I think because they lost those games for their teams, they're not the best in the league for me.
No, I do agree, but I feel like the reason they lost those games was because of draft as well too, because they like in game 3, like Dal said, they've round pick driven.
But
I
that's
wouldn't.
a bot lane pick, right? He
Oh, yeah.
wanted
That's
Draven
the ball,
first.
yeah.
That's true too.
I mean, I wouldn't say they lost because of draft diff, like Vipers versus Tigers.
Well,
Tigers
yeah, that's
hard
true too.
won draft, and it was not close. In no world should Vipers ever won that game.
Hold
but they
on.
won the
What
game.
league are we back to? We're going back to the draft.
The LRS
Yeah.
draft.
We're
Oh
just
my
back to the
God.
LRS draft.
Same thing, right?
Talking about draft diff.
That is true.
And-
Even with the draft diffs, like a team can come back and prove that they're better with their champions.
Yeah, and you even see that in solo queue. Just even if you're counterpicking someone and you don't know how to play the champ, you're still going to get rolled if
That's true.
even if you have the counter matchup. So
Yeah,
it's always interesting to watch.
matchups don't mean anything if you can't play the matchup correctly.
That
I
is
do
fair.
agree.
That is very fair.
All right. What about we move on to our next league, the LTS pre-made?
Not
don't
the
know
big
anyone.
boys.
I
Who's
don't know
on
anyone
tonight?
Yes.
All right, Gurf, take it away.
I will take it away. Was watching.
All you, Chief.
Was watching that tonight. Been casting them for the past. I guess tonight was week 4. So
Those games are interesting to watch.
Let's see these names. So this list was actually made by Matt, and I forget the rest of his tag after that, his gamer tag after that. But he put this together for us. But I do agree with some of these that I do know, like Daily Peach and Ash Cash. I agree with being on there. Like Ash Cash tonight on that Blitzcrank was pretty nuts, even though Tempo Control did lose against Mad City. He was doing great on that Blitz tonight.
Daily Peach in general as a jungle is insane, and it's so fun to watch him. Like tonight, yeah, he was playing Kazakhs, but the way he was playing Kazakhs was just like, it's like, holy crap, you can do that.
Yeah,
it's like they let him do that.
Yeah. No, that's kind of their style though, is like going for the picks, going for the big damage. Like Daily Peach was just, if you let him get a flank off, you saw he had tunnel vision for ADCs, and when he found them, oh my god, he was pretty nasty there on the jungle. But I mean, Tempo Control was one of those top teams coming in tonight. They're still doing pretty well. They're only they're 2-2, so even record right now. But the team that I haven't seen, actually no, we'll save that for last because I haven't seen AKM yet. But we'll talk about the team I do know because they're the ones that Tempo Control played tonight, and that's Mad City. That's why we see Axum on there as one of the picks. I mean, he's nuts. This top laner is absolutely
watching his Gnar. I like it. It was fun to watch his Gnar. It was really fun.
Other than the one misplay he had early game, he played a really good game today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
really good series.
Yeah, he's able to bust out crazy stuff like that. Like first weekend, the very first game of LTS, he busts out the gangplank, goes 11-3-12. 35k damage. All right, sure. Let's see. Let's go to week 2. Mad City weren't playing on stream, so we've got week 3. They were back on stream against UAE. Yeah, back on the gangplank again. This time he went on the Camille actually. 11-4-7 that game. Holy shit.
The fact that he actually plays gangplank makes me happy because I feel like that's a top champion that people always never really play, but he's such a good top laner.
Because he's difficult.
He's hard as hell, bro.
He's very hard, and no one knows how to play him. Remember the Rayquaza reference for Rowan? It works the same way with Gangplank.
And I do agree. But
anyone below Plat that locks in Gangplank is locking in a level 100 Rayquaza with 1 gym badge. It's not
with
working,
one this
buddy.
time. Oh my god.
I do agree.
It's not working. None of your moves are working. I'm sorry, you've lost that battle.
But seeing gameplay players is so fun to watch, especially from Axmid, like just seeing like the way they can position the ults correctly, the way that they can use their barrels, like it's just so fun to watch.
And up next, the AKM, or the Akuma Esports Claymores. I have not had the privilege of watching these guys on stream yet, or getting the cast for them. You know what? I really should bring up the schedule right now to see when they're on. But if you're looking at those stats that were posted in the Discord, they're everywhere. They're all over the map on this, in terms of KDA leaders, in terms of lowest deaths, the top assists, vision score, damage per mission, CS per minute. There's even one on kill percentage per minute per game. It's insane. They are on every single one of these, and yeah, I'm excited to see. Looking at 2.4 deaths a game, 86% win rate so far. AKM is gonna look like a fun team to cast. I'm looking forward to seeing these guys on stream.
One of the things I love about looking at the LTS, it's different from the other ones, is that they have low KDAs, but they're all like close to each other. So
Yeah.
so you know it's always like constant fighting and constant.
I mean, did
Like-
you watch the games tonight? I need to
did.
hook myself up to an auction tank, because honestly, when I was casting them, it was non-stop fights. It was big fights that turned into tiny skirmishes, and those just continued into bigger fights, and then it was like that for 2 or 3 minutes at a time. So honestly, it's like a constant fight for a piece of vision, or for, you know, control over a side of the map, or control over a dragon pit. And these players know the value of that positioning and of that positional control. So that's why we see just like insane amount of fighting and insanely drawn out team fights that last this long, because it doesn't stop until they've actually secured that whatever they're going for.
Well, because when you look at the other leagues, like it's usually just probably just like, you know, one team shutting down the other team. It's never neck and neck. But when you look at like high elo players like the LRS or even the LTS, as you see, they play around objectives really well, and they fight until one of them gets the objective or forces the other one off.
That's, I don't want to give away all of our secrets, but that's one of the things that we've been doing on Vipers, is just hard focusing on objectives and just playing for those team fights instead of, you know, trying to get picks and run around the map and do this and that. And it works there because a lot of players at that lower elo don't say, all right, this is our overall end game. We're just gonna, you know, fight our laner, maybe fight the enemy jungler, just try and get a lead and then see where it takes us. But in this elo, once you get up to these diamond players, they understand that they need to get these objectives, and it stops being so simple as whoever goes for the dragon is probably going to win. And then you see these big complicated team fights and large
one of the things I also love about high elos, like especially the LTS, is like even though they lose one dragon, they have any team, it doesn't stop them.
They know where to go from there.
They still know what to do next. They say, okay, so we lost one dragon, let's do this, guys. And it's just so fun to watch, because it's not like one team just gives up completely and say, well, game's over. Because that's usually what you see in the low elos. It's like, okay, once someone, you know, gets 3 dragons, they think the game is over. But now in the LTS, they're like, okay, they have 3 dragons. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna split top, get a tower, and try to secure Baron. Like it's insane. It's insane to watch.
It's also a great case study for anyone trying to learn more.
Absolutely.
That you can look at it and say, hey, here's what I should be doing.
Hey, don't worry, Ron. I know you do those 8-minute heralds now. I will play the game.
He also does the level 4 TPs bot lane.
Yep.
Level 2.
I-
Level 2.
5-minute dragon, 8-minute heralds. We're catching on.
Level 4 TPs, Pug. We will learn Rowan strats, and he will be useless in 12 minutes.
You know,
Don't let him get drag, herald, or TP.
I have like a 6-sided die on my desk, and every minute I roll it, and you know, a 1 is go get an objective, 2 to 5 is do nothing, and then 6 is TP bot lane.
Do you have a regular die on your desk?
Actually, there should be one around here somewhere.
You gotta get some of those like D&D die.
No, that's
Oh,
mine. I have
there-
I have a
there's-
I have a D20 that I roll before every game. If I roll 20, I win.
Nice. That's true. I should start doing that.
Somewhere around here.
1 through 19 is I lose.
My
You
brother,
should have a.
Ah,
my brother gave the cat a D20 to play with, but it's the same color as a carpet, so we've just been stepping on it down here for
at least it's
well,
not
like
a
a month now.
At least not a D4.
How many champions are in the game now? Like
150 something.
150. Just have like a two. I have a 200 die and just roll in. It's like, okay, that's the champion I'm playing today.
I'm pretty sure that'd just be
No,
like
that's
a bomb.
Dallas's job.
Who we rolling tonight?
Oh no, he picks a random champion like a Lowy, and then the coach yells at him, and then he picks Karma.
Don't do that. Okay.
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. We're meant to be talking about high elo, not bronze.
True.
Why are we talking about you then, Rowan?
Damn.
Another one.
Let's see. Ghetto know you.
Actually, no, we'll get DMCA if I sing that song. We do actually have our Valorant up next, and we have someone special joining
Alright, guys,
us.
see ya. I don't know anything
Wait,
about
wait,
this.
wait.
Bye-bye.
We got someone special because it's our caster from the LRS Valorant days, Doc Cockfuss, joining us in a few short seconds. So he's gonna help lead us through. Doc, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Good.
So, dude.
That's a good name you got there. I like it.
Thank you,
Great
thank
name.
you.
It's a fantastic name. But you were last week last episode we were hurting a little bit without a Valorant specialist on the desk with us, and we're all like,
The-
"Yeah, Valorant! Oh no!"
Valorant, no.
But
I know something about shooting game.
I've played it like 2 or 3 times, so I'm kind of an expert.
Yeah,
I have
me
to
too, me
say,
too.
seeing some of the clips from the Violent, I'm just like, what?
Bro, I finished last season gold 3, therefore I can just go pro. I can win first strike.
Like I don't know. I think there's a clip in there where someone got like 2 no scopes.
Yep, that was my teammate bopping.
I'm just
Oh
like-
yeah, ballpin.
Yeah, I was
I'm like,
bopping.
Like, and to be honest, I played Violent a couple times. I know how this type of works, and it's super hard to get no scopes like that.
He is
Yeah, you have to be
cracked.
standing completely still and shove the barrel of your gun into the opponent's face. It's
Yeah.
How
He
you
just,
guys feel watching?
He snorts a fat line before games. That's all I'm
People.
Wait,
Um,
that's illegal.
Wait a minute, that's illegal.
I'm
Anyways.
G Fuel.
What do you mean?
Refuel.
He just
Game
he's
refuel.
outside of the country. He's not in any country.
It's in international waters. That's where he's
Yeah,
playing.
he's
Man,
in
could you
national
imagine
waters.
First of all, what server are you connecting to in Valorant? And two, the internet bills are. I don't even want to imagine what he's paying out there. But we got a top 5 list for our LAS Valorant first. I've been tuning in.
I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip this onto the stream here. Let's see what we've put together here. We've got.
Baldom. Oh, that's last season. Sorry.
Sad. I miss Baldom mode. Baldom mode's actually my homie. We'll talk about him after. I love Baldom mode. Malicious,
18 kills a game.
Ursated,
Crap.
Ray Undated, Gibby, and Leo. 2 from Best Team No Cap, 2 from Phoenix, and 1 from Mooneye. Now, been watching a lot of Best Team No Cap. No Cap? Question mark? I don't know.
Yeah, best team no cap.
Best Team No Cap, No Cap. They've been fun to watch as a squad. They're just like super aggressive. They do not care about any setups at points. But I mean, I'm not talking like positional wise, but they don't care about where you set up because they're just so aggressive. They just walk in and kind of obliterate anybody in their vision. So it's fun. It's fun watching them. Look at that, 18.8 kills a game for Malicious.
Yeah, I'm looking at the DPM. I'm looking at the kills per game. That's just in the average econ. That's just insane.
Yeah, and I don't unfortunately say I have the pleasure of watching Phoenix gaming on stream yet. I think I was away that day, but they're top of the league right now and absolutely rolling.
Nah, they're cheaters. Get them out.
Wait.
How are they top? Wait, no, that's
Are they?
Phoenix. Never mind. No. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong. I thought you were looking at the red logo.
No, that's Wunai.
Yeah,
That's
that
Wunai.
big cat right there is
Um,
definitely
What
Phoenix.
team are you part of, Dallas?
I'm in LRS on PV.
Oh, you're in LS. Okay.
So Wunai was actually really fun to watch because they're able to make a lot of great comebacks. And Ursa is definitely sitting up there as one of the more carrying members. It was tough choosing between Ursa and SMH. But again, if we were to have an honorable mention, I think SMH OG would have gone up on there as well too. A couple of names
I
that
guessed
kind
it.
of
I saw SMH and he was pretty dirty.
made.
I just give props to people who can play Valorant. Like, I love playing the game. I'm bad at it, really bad at it. So when I see players who have like a 3 KDA or 3.3 KDA with 18 kills, I'm just like, kudos to you. I can only get like 10 kills with 10 deaths. Like,
That's how I feel when I see you guys playing League of Legends. Yeah, you
What
guys
the
feel
hell's
about
going on?
Valorant is how I feel.
Hey man, it's okay. At least you don't play on a Valorant team where when it's round 9 and you're 0-7 and they just go, "Hey Owen, what's up? How you doing? Do you need a gun, Owen?" And then I say, "Who's Owen?" They go 0-7.
Oh.
Ooh, rip.
This is why I am now a sub.
That's cold. That's really cold.
That's funny. I
that
respect it
is-
out of them.
That's brutally savage, but yeah, I respect that. That's
so
pretty ballsy.
what's like I don't know the exact rank cap between the LAS and
Gold
LRS.
3 is this one, I believe.
So it's from starts in bronze or iron?
Iron.
So iron the gold 3.
Iron 1 to gold 3.
Okay, and then the LRS is gold 4 and gold 2 and up.
No, it's
No.
plat 1 to immortal.
Oh, plat 1 to oh, okay.
Rank,
And
ranks,
up to Diamond 3.
ranks are well, yeah, but you can climb to immortal once you're on a team.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Is immortal like the highest you can do?
No, Radiant is.
Okay.
Ranks are reversed in this game. It goes 1, 2, 3, not
Oh,
3, 2, 1.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it confused me at first too.
A little backwards.
Yeah.
A little backwards.
Yeah.
See, I think I'm iron, to be honest, Valorant. So I don't know.
On rank, let's go. But I
Hey man, I was plat 1 for a single game, and then I lost my next game and instantly demoted back.
remember.
Oh,
It's not even on my career rank or my my act rank because I didn't win a game in plat.
Oh no!
It was very upsetting.
You know what? You
I was
saw
so
it,
happy.
and then yeah, for all.
Like I
all of the
still
game.
have the screenshot. It's okay.
It's my wallpaper now.
Yeah.
I see it every time I log into my computer.
I shed a tear because I realized I am no longer plat. You know.
It's okay. It's okay. A lot of these players in these leagues are better than a lot of us. So I played a little bit of Valorant when it first came out in beta. I was lucky enough to grab a key there, but I was never good. I was never super good. I understand the concept of the game. It's really fun when you're watching someone who's actually like super good at it. So both leagues have just been like, sounds corny as hell, but like it's been a hoot. It has been an absolute hoot.
the aiming that because one of my problems is because I just started playing on a computer like 2 years ago. Like, because League is my very first computer game, so I've been playing FPSs on a controller all my life. So transition to
auto
a
aim,
mouse and keyboard
We love
feels
auto aim.
so weird.
So basically, what he said is he does not know how to shoot normally because all he ever uses is auto aim. He's a cheater.
Hacker man. He's hacker man.
Hacker man.
All right. Well, we got one more list, guys, and this is from our Sunday league, our last league of the week, from our LRS Valorant. This one's been spicy, but let's check out who's on the top 5 for there.
All I'm saying is if Boppin's not there, he got robbed.
Guess who's
He's up
top
there.
of the list? Boppin. And then we got
He's on there.
ATL from
Good,
Ottawa,
good.
Fearless from, I believe it's Brock, Zenti, then Rebind. All these names are standing out because I hear our casters saying them quite frequently when these teams are playing. I believe Boppin was in the league last split as well too. He popped off.
Same with Rebind.
Yep.
Rebind was with the Nocturnals with me the entire season, and then we picked up Boppin actually from just ranked. My teammates found him in a ranked game.
Really?
And then yeah, and he played pretty well. And then they said, I
I told him that like because I was performing pretty bad, and I said if you find a better player, you can replace me. I don't mind. And then he came in for playoffs. And then yeah, I think he got playoffs MVP actually.
Like, because
I swear, Ballpin's trolling half the games he plays when he picks like the sport characters, Sage and stuff. And
Dude, his Sage, bro,
goes off. Battle
his
Sage.
Sage walls, his battle Sage walls are so clean. It's so fun to watch him.
I was just waiting for him to pull out the Odin. That's like the Battle Sage meta. Odin and a weird wall, and you just kill their entire team. And
It's so fun watching him play.
I enjoyed that so much when I saw him play the Sage for the first time.
Yeah, some of the jet plays he makes with like with updrafts over
The
certain
double
angles.
updrafts,
Yeah, like double updrafts with his daggers is so fun to watch. There was one where on Haven, from attacking side, if you go on top of the boxes and you updraft, you can see over top into mid. And
Yeah.
he got a pick in playoffs last season.
I
And I
remember
just
that pick.
I lost it.
I saw the clip
It's
of
insane
that.
to watch.
Oh my god!
I was freaking out.
One of the things I love looking at
Don't
is like
dig it.
because you think like a 1.4 or 1.7 KDA is bad, but it's not really bad when it comes to Valorant.
Holy shit! Can we
Like,
just take a moment to
that's
realize, even with a 33% win rate, this guy's putting up 24 kills a game.
Holy
Like,
I didn't know.
crap.
I did
That's
not see
insane.
that. Also 69 average econ. Nice.
Nice.
I was
No,
gonna say,
Boppin's one
Boppin's
away.
one short for having
He's
the
one
same stats as
short.
Rebind.
Yeah, he
Ah,
almost has the
nice.
exact same stats.
Oh
Unlucky.
no.
But then why is Boppin at the top? You should.
Yeah,
be...
and then also.
Oh, it's not
I
ranked.
don't think
It's
they're
not
in order.
ranked.
Yeah, they're not in order because
Yeah, not in order.
Yeah, but
everyone on that list leads in a different statistic kind
Also,
of.
yeah, 31st Bloods. APL
That's
seems to be
insane.
a very good entry fragger then.
You.
It's
He has
either
178 kills total. That leads the league right now through.
yeah, he's either entry fragging or he's like going in second, and baiting whoever's entering, and whoever's entering just can't get kills, or he's like
He's
they're
peeking with the
tagging.
op. He peeks so many weird angles with
Okay.
the op.
Oh,
to get their
okay.
first
Yeah.
bloods.
No,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
He's usually the one on the jet that we see kind of zipping around.
Yeah.
behind.
I thought Econ was the one who played Jet.
No, Econ's been playing Phoenix and Cypher.
Oh, okay.
APL is definitely a jet player. What I've seen from him, was it week 1 or 2 that U Ottawa had a 4v5 situation because
Yeah.
other players,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah,
almost won it, and APL was the one leading that charge. That's
yeah,
so
it was
ugh.
that series was bad because what happened was there was a DC and then they remade, although they weren't supposed to, and then so they had to play it back, and their PV's econ got messed up, and then they played a pistol round, and then they reset again to reset because they can set the score to 3-3. So their econ was really
Went
screwed.
back to normal.
It went back to restart of eco. So in that game where if the 45 they didn't remake, that game should have been so much closer. But I mean, it worked out because I think PV would have won that game regardless, at least the game 1. But we ended up getting a really, really fun game to watch, even with it being a 4v5.
Before the remake, I think UO was actually destroying them.
I think it was 3-3 at the remake.
But yeah, it was 3-3, but I forget who. Someone was
But-
popping off and had like a ridiculous scoreline. They were like
It was
11
Nemo.
and it was like 11-3.
It was Nemo from PV. He got like 3-4.
I thought it was Hasso.
It might have been It might have been both of them, but I know
Was it
Nemo.
Hasso with the Killjoy.
But Nemo had a lot of kills before the remake happened.
Yeah, that afterwards I think he ended up going even.
Yeah, and then he made the one really good play hiding at
In
planks.
wood.
Yeah, hiding
Yeah.
in wood, and then got a 4K with the ghost, which was so
Yeah.
fun to watch.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm upset I haven't seen a lot more of him. I think I was on
Yeah.
the first 2 weeks in games.
Yeah,
like that.
he's just a sub when Boppin can't make it.
Does anyone play Reyna still or no?
Yeah, no, Rebind plays Reyna pretty often.
Rebind and Hasso both they switch up
Yep.
to Reyna.
When
Reyna
when
and Sage are my favorite.
when Boppin plays Jet, Rebind will play Reyna, but when Boppin pulls out his dirty little Sage, Rebind goes to Jet.
One of my favorite players is Zenti. He will literally play anyone and have an amazing game.
Yeah, no, Zenti's solid.
I think he has one of the highest average combat scores.
He
in the
does.
league, actually.
I mean, he probably does. If it's listed there, then it's probably like top 3 if I had to guess.
Yeah, I did those hits. I have them. He's third, right under
Yeah.
Fearless.
Speaking, while you guys were talking, I did actually go back and find that clip of Boppin from back in. Was it
From
Boppin that
Nocturnal.
did? I want to.
Yeah,
say,
no,
yeah.
it was. It
Oh
was
yeah,
bopping.
that's it. That's it right now. So I'm gonna show that on stream real quick, before we end things out for tonight. But this is just a preview of.
So you're gonna
Boppin
go ahead
and
with
what he's able to do. I accidentally clicked it by accident, but here it is, the full clip of Boppin just popping.
So you're gonna go ahead with the tried and true, seeing if anyone's gonna come, but
Oh,
not
but
gonna
an
spot
insane play
Oh,
by
zoomed
Boppin,
in very-
jumping over the entire backside of the spawn and able to find a huge pick with those daggers. That I'm sure will be clipped.
So you're gonna go ahead with the tried and true,
Absolutely disgusting.
seeing if anyone's gonna.
He's so gross. He's so gross. Did you guys see that? I didn't even know that was an angle, and this guy.
Or you have to zoom it out a bit. It was zoomed in the top corner.
1 second. Did I done goof?
You did done goof.
I did done goof, didn't I?
Are we gonna go over the interviews for all the captains or
I don't believe so tonight. No, it's in the
fat
top one.
face?
Yeah. Yeah, we got it's almost midnight here, guys, so we're probably gonna be ending off soon. Is it working now?
No, it is still goofed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, but an
That is super duper weird. I wanna see
Okay,
what it looks
just-
like on stream, but that's okay. That's
Oh.
fine. Oh,
Wait,
no,
if you
no.
move the scene to the left. Oh, you now see chat.
Question mark.
That looks really zoomed
Wow.
in too.
That seems
That's also zoomed. It's okay. Just
Hell.
send the link into chat.
that's
so
fine. You
people
know
can
what? I
watch if
think
they wanna see it.
that's probably the better option here. Probably the better option, but I mean,
No, just upload it to YouTube and we'll all go watch it.
Boppin' WTF was what the clip's name was.
And who is it clipped by me?
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was done by you, Dallas. Oh damn.
But like, I don't even know how he saw that sage there.
I honestly I
Oh
couldn't.
yeah, now that was in grand finals, up 12-3, 12-6 on game point for game one.
Intuition.
Gross.
I can never see people like that, so it's really insane for like Valorant people to like with like very trained eyes, people to see like just small movements
Mhm.
and then just instantly flick to it and just shoot. It's so amazing to watch.
There's been a lot of that going down in the LRS Valorant League. That's why it's just so nuts to watch, because these players are just like the pinpoint accuracy you see on some of these flicks are.
It's very clean.
How do you do this? How are you so good at this game?
Yeah, for sure.
So, a lot of respect for these Valorant players. They're putting on a great show, and our casters are helping me. I'm learning. I'm actually learning a lot about Valorant, even though I might not be good at the game, just to understand it. Thank you, Doc.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course. But guys, we're gonna be ending things off very shortly. Any last comments, remarks on tonight's picks, remarks on where things are going with this?
I just want to shout out Mako, my husband. He's great. I love him. That's all.
Yeah, shout out to
one
my
thing,
bot lane duo, Banana Bread.
Oh, awesome.
One thing I have to say is that a lot of people crapped on the Panthers in the first podcast, and now we're 5-3. So I guess thank you for boosting our egos.
It's the caster curse, but in reverse.
It's just spite for motivation.
What fuels you guys? Spite. I'll take it. You know what? Whatever gets wins, right? Oh no. Yeah, sorry. We got a couple people just joining us here at the tail end of this, but the VOD will be up on YouTube tomorrow for those of you who are interested in watching this back to check out our top 5 lists. Guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming on the desk tonight. For those of you who put the list together as well too, thank you so much. Always appreciate your insight and having a little banter here, getting to have some fun talking about our community that is kind of large now. Kind of crazy. We're at. What are we at? What's our Discord at now, guys?
1,155.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
I
All right.
remember when the server had like 200.
I that just makes me realize how many people I'm mass pinging when I put those We Are Live things
Nah,
out.
that's my favorite part when I get to add everyone. I love it.
Are you sure you want to message 1,000 people?
The amount of serotonin that goes through my brain when I hit double enter on an add everyone is immense.
That's just Dallas on a power trip.
It is. I love it.
Oh, guys, been a blast. Been a fun time. Best of luck to your games this week, and all I could say is Blue Milk forever, Blue Milk for life, and Blue Milk is coming for that championships.
Biased.
Yep.
Hey man, all I'm saying is Blue Milk wouldn't have been Blue Milk if they signed up earlier.
We would have been Goon Squad. I know, I get it. I had a llama picture picked out for our logo and everything too. It's gonna be great, but I can mess around with Blue Milk. I am a proud member of Blue Milk, and I will be super biased about them because I'm just excited to be a part of it. You know, it's cool. It's cool being a player on the player end of things. But guys, I won't keep you around for too much longer. Have a great night. Take care. Love you all. Mwah.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Nice
have a good
stream.
one, guys.
guys.
Take care, everyone at home. Make sure to tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST for our LAS Valorant League. Again, you saw here, lots of action to talk about, and it's all going to happen on stream tomorrow live. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll catch you later.
You too.
Bye. Bye. I got to click the right scene, and then we're good. Okay, bye.
Peace.